Hello and namaste to all my viewers. My name is Aniket Bhujbal and welcome to my YouTube channel Aniket Bhujbal Vlogs, your destination for simplified science and smart safety. In today's video, we begin part 1 of our laboratory safety series. Whether you are a student, teacher, or lab assistant, these safety rules are a must-know before you step into any lab. We'll first understand basic lab safety rules, and then dive into how to handle chemicals properly and avoid dangerous mistakes. So if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon, and join me on this journey of knowledge and awareness. So grab your goggles, and let's get started. With the first golden rule of lab safety. Before we handle chemicals or operate any equipment, the first thing every lab user must know is general laboratory safety rules. These are the non-negotiable guidelines that keep you and everyone around you safe. Let's go through them one by one. Number 1. Always follow instructions first. Before you begin any experiment, read the instructions completely. Don't skip steps or assume you know what to do, even if it's a familiar process. A minor mistake can lead to a dangerous outcome. Second, dress appropriately for the lab. Lab attire is not a fashion choice, it's about safety. Wear a lab coat at all times to protect your skin and clothes from spills. Wear closed-toe shoes, no sandals or slippers. Use safety goggles to protect your eyes from splashes or explosions. Wear gloves when handling hazardous chemicals. Tie back long hair and avoid loose clothing or hanging jewelry. For example, even a small chemical splash on your eye can cause permanent damage. Goggles are not optional, they're essential. Third, know the location of safety equipment. Before starting any experiment, make sure you know where safety equipments are located like fire extinguisher, emergency eye wash station, safety shower, first aid kit, emergency exits. These may not seem important until they suddenly become the most important. Fourth, never eat, drink, or use phones in the lab. A lab is not a cafeteria or a lounge. Food and drink can absorb toxic fumes or get contaminated. Also, keep your mobile phone away. Distractions can be dangerous when you are handling acids or flames. Fifth, work only when supervised or with permission. Don't enter the lab or begin an experiment without a teacher, supervisor, or lab technician present. Unauthorized use of chemicals or equipment is strictly prohibited and could result in serious accidents or disciplinary action. Sixth, never work alone in the lab. Always have at least one more person in the lab with you. In case of a fire, chemical burn, or injury, you'll need someone to get help immediately. Seventh, label everything clearly. Never use unlabeled bottles or test tubes, and never leave yours unlabeled. Mistaking water for alcohol or acid for water can cause burns, explosions, or worse. Eighth, clean your area before and after work. Start with a clean workspace and end with 1-2. Dispose of waste properly. Return all equipment to the lab attendant after use. Wipe down the surfaces after use. Wash your hands thoroughly. A clean lab is a safe lab. Report all accidents, no matter how small. If you break a test tube, spill a chemical, or burn your hand, report it immediately to the supervisor or teacher. Don't try to clean it quietly. Small mistakes, when hidden, often become big accidents. 10. Stay alert. Stay focused. Lab safety is not a checklist, it's a mindset. Stay focused, stay calm, and don't rush through your work. Respect the materials you are handling. Science is powerful, and so is responsibility. These general lab safety rules may sound basic, but they are your first line of defense. Whether you are in school or in a research lab, these habits will protect you and help you grow into a true scientist. Now that we've discussed general lab safety, let's focus on something that causes the most lab accidents: chemicals. Chemicals are the heart of most experiments, but they can be toxic, corrosive, flammable, or reactive. So handling them safely is absolutely critical. First, read labels carefully. Always read the chemical label and the material safety data sheet MSDS before using any substance. This tells you everything, whether it's poisonous, needs a fume hood, or reacts with water. Second, use proper protective equipment. Wear gloves, goggles, and lab coat every time you handle chemicals. If you are dealing with strong acids or volatile substances, use a face shield and apron too. Third, work in a well-ventilated area or fume hood. If you are handling chemicals that produce vapors or gases like ammonia or chloroform, always use a fume hood. Inhaling fumes can cause dizziness, nausea, or unconsciousness. Fourth, never smell directly. Use the wafting method. Never sniff a chemical directly from the bottle. Instead, hold it away and gently waft the vapors toward your nose with your hand. Fifth, always add acid to water, never water to acid. Remember this golden rule: add acid to water slowly. Never the other way around, or it can cause violent splashes or even explosions. If you reverse the order, the heat from the reaction will boil the water instantly, splashing acid everywhere. Sixth, use pipettes, droppers, and tongs. Use pipettes with bulbs, never your mouth. Use tongs or holders when transporting chemicals in beakers or bottles, especially if hot or reactive. Seventh, label all containers immediately. Every chemical container must be labeled clearly with name, concentration, hazard, symbol, date of preparation, initials of handler. It. Clean spills immediately, but the right way. If you spill something, don't panic and don't try to wipe it with tissue. Use a chemical spill kit, notify your supervisor. Nineth, dispose of chemicals safely. Never pour chemicals down the drain unless your lab rules allow it. Use chemical waste containers marked for acids, bases, organics, etc. 10th, never work with unknown chemicals. Don't touch or mix anything that's not labeled. If in doubt, treat it as hazardous and inform your lab supervisor. And that brings us to the end of part 1 of our lab safety series. You've just learned the golden rules of lab safety and how to work with chemicals in the right way. In part 2, we'll focus on handling glassware and lab equipment safely and confidently. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and click the bell icon so you don't miss the next part. Share this video with your classmates or lab group, because safety is a habit of worth spreading. See you in the next video. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.